Who is the best hero in Bloons Tower Defense 6? That is a whopper of a question. I don't think there's an easy answer, and I don't think there's a perfect test to do it. Because I think if you ask different players, they would give you different answers on who their favorite hero is or who they think the best hero is. And you know what? Favorite and best don't always automatically coincide with each other. So what I want to do for you guys is today we want to go through all 14 heroes, as ridiculous as that is, and I wanted to just test out and see if we can find a good, reasonably low variable experiment to see who the best hero is. So here's the setup. Every single game, we're going to be starting off with an MIB village. Alright, this is going to give us free camo detection, free lead pop and power, free purple pop and power, and any other random benefits that we get out of here. We do not get the jungle drums, we do not get any cheaper action over here, we just get this. And the reason why we need to do this is because some random towers are just going to die to lead blues, or die to purples, or die to camos, because they don't have any of that. And that's just kind of a sad way to play the game. So, in addition to that, we are going to be allowing ourselves to use a free dart monkey for a couple rounds. Only for Benjamin and Churchill. And the reason why is we want to make sure that we get these guys on the screen in a fair way. And I think this is the fairest way to do it, even though we could have started off the Benjamin. We want to make sure that we get this guy at the right time. So I know this sounds just like a really, really weird thing to try to like make a variable and like make it exist out of, but I think it just makes the most sense to me. So as soon as we get rid of our Dart Monkey, we pop our hero down and we just let them exist. Oh! Come on, get it going, Benjamin. Get it going. Nice, Sushi is power. And we're going to see how long these heroes can last, basically. That's it. Now, unfortunately, we're starting off with one hero that doesn't have any good popping power. Benjamin. Does that truly mean he's the worst hero in the game? No, obviously not. But in this experiment, he is definitely the worst popper or the worst solo hero in the game. So, just keep that in mind. We're going to lose at round 7. Alright, so here's our first hero of the day. We're going to talk about Oben. So we got to talk about a couple things really quickly. First of all, any extra money you are allowed to spend on upgrading them. So you can spend all of your money on them to level them up as you see fit. Whenever you feel like it, just do it. I'm not a great microer, but I'm an okay microer, so hopefully I can kind of keep up with my random abilities here. But just keep in mind that I do make mistakes, or issues come up where it's like, yeah, there's no perfect way to do it, you know? You gotta do 20 tries to actually do it, and that's not what this is about. It's about just generally how far can they freaking get, man. Another thing I want to talk about is the MIB. Again, this is important to talk about because it gives certain towers advantages or certain heroes advantages and certain ones not as big of advantages. But just don't forget that there are some advantages for, I think, almost every single hero besides maybe like Sai. Almost everybody's got a weakness. Even like Churchill with his explosive shells and his machine gun and everything. Those shells don't pop black balloons. Now they do. So giving ourselves cam detection and the black pop and power and the purple pop and power and all the nonsense, it just makes things so much more fair and reasonable without just randomly losing on round 20 because you can't pop blacks with Striker Jones. You know, it's just kind of a stupid way to lose the game. So we're trying to make everything even, and I think that makes sense. One other thing that I'd like to do for you guys is I'd really like to talk about each hero's strengths and weaknesses. Without going into too much crazy detail or anything like that, just kind of a general gist of what's going on. Oben, his main thing is he actually buffs magic towers. So specifically, druids, he buffs them the most, but he also buffs ninjas and super monkeys pretty well. Wizards, it's like, okay, fine, whatever. But magic monkeys in general are awesome to put around Oben. Whenever you get the chance, man, definitely do that. Druids in particular, freaking awesome. He's got 2 abilities here. He's got the brambles, and eventually he gets the trees. The trees are like a giant engineer trap that just kind of sucks up balloons and gets you extra money in the end, which is also pretty freaking sweet. Oben does damage. So you're going to see these yellow balloons are going from yellows down to blues. There's no green balloons at all because we skip layers. It's kind of fun. Again, his weaknesses are camo detection and purple balloons, so keep that in mind whenever you're playing. Getting a nice camo detection village or a ninja or something really just like deletes all of your weaknesses. Ninja Oben combo, ooh, really freaking good. So that's kind of it for Oben. I mean, he does a lot of buffs, he does a lot of popping power, and he's just kind of an overall decent hero to use. Brambles is a little difficult to use, but you could even aim it with strong, last, closer, first if you want to. Like we could throw Brambles on top of the strong balloon, specifically on top of the Moab if we want to do it that way. So I don't know. I'm not expecting too many issues here until probably the Moab, but we'll wait and see. Okay, our first lives lost were on round 38. And I have the ability to use my brambles here, but I can't aim the brambles yet. So I'm a little afraid that if I use my brambles now, I won't be able to properly get them back for the Moab. So I'm going to hope that what happens here is I can use my brambles at the beginning of round 40, start to kill the Moab, maybe just kill it in time with our regular attacks here. Oh crap, there's a lot of yellows. I gotta brambles this crap. Dang, I do not like that one bit. Oh boy. Okay. So the brambles kind of saves me there, but do we get to level 10? Oh, we do, we get to level 10! Will we get trees in time? Great question. All right, nice toteming. Nice toteming. Go ahead, Open. Come on, take it down, take it down. Maybe we're gonna get luck with the trees here. I do get to aim now. Throw it down at the very last second here. Trees me, trees me. Slurped it up. Beautiful. Open, baby. Keep it up. Now, I get this question quite often, and the question is, Chris, how do I support you? Is there any ways to hook you up? And the first answer is just by being nice, man. Press the like button on my videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And the third thing that I ask is if you guys haven't yet, please use my creator support code. It does really mean a lot to me. And I hate to beg and I hate to ask every single video, but it is a pretty significant form of my income these days. So if you guys want to hook me up with that, I'd really appreciate it. You just go to the settings section, type in SJB, boom, there it is. So let's see how long Open can make it last here. One thing I will try to do here is I will try to absorb as much stuff as I can with the trees because I will be making extra cash out of them. So we'll have to watch it and make sure we can still pop the balloons here, but so far still kind of going okay-ish. The thing I mentioned earlier is I'm definitely not infallible, and we may have made a mistake already that has cost us the game. The trees in the front maybe was not a good idea. It did make me a little extra cash, but I think this is going to lead to our demise here. Dang. All right, do I have the tree? No, I already used the trees. There's really nothing I can do at this point. Can I move the trees somehow? All right, we'll give it one more shot. Maybe we'll get lucky or something like that, but I think that's probably the end for us. Oh, yes. Round 49 is not a good round for us. Not a good round at all. All right, ready? Go! Come on, get lucky, get lucky! Oh, we're just barely there! Oh, okay, so maybe I could have survived for a little while longer if I used my trees more effectively, but I kind of feel bad, but it is what it is. Round 49. Not bad for Open. So, of course, I'm going to be microing to the best of my ability, but that does not mean that we will automatically win or it'll automatically be the best micro possible. It just means that I'm going to do the best that I can do. Next up, we've got Psy, which I got to be honest with you guys, I think this is going to be one of the lowest scoring heroes in the game, which is kind of upsetting because they are kind of fun to play with, and I generally consider them a pretty good hero when combining them with other towers properly. But when you even having infinite range does not automatically mean you're gonna win or do well. So let's see where we're gonna get. To be honest, not doing as bad as I thought we'd be doing. We've lost more than 5 shield life, but we've gained some shield lives back just by kind of using our abilities properly and waiting for rounds that we don't lose lives, so we gain them back. Look at that. We got them right on back. We're at max lives right now at round 10. But that's not going to go forever. We will eventually start to do worse and worse. Now, the cool thing about Psy is their ability to pop all the way through to ceramic balloons at like round level 6 or something like that. It happens very quickly, where even by the time you get the first ceramic going, Psy is going to be able to insta-kill them. Unfortunately, the lower level balloons here are also going to be a problem, similar to Open. So the fast balloons on round 27 or even on round 10 here, pretty freaking devastating. And half our lives, more than half our lives are gone already by round 11. And again, we're not even close to getting anything better than this, so this is just how it's gotta be. More lives lost on round 13 here. Luckily, we will survive round 13, but this has gotta be our death round. I mean, this is red balloons all over the place, with some fast balloons kind of mixed in between, but honestly, it's the reds that are the problem. We don't shoot any... Oh, attack slightly faster. You know what? Maybe we could survive one more round. You know what? Let me restart here and just get that right at the very beginning of the round. I know it's only one round, and it might seem stupid to just try to get one more round out of it, but honestly, that one round could lead to 5 rounds, which could lead to 10 rounds, which could lead to 20 rounds. You just don't really know for sure. So here we go. We're going to go Kablamo. Use our ability here kind of last second. Uh-oh. Still a lot of lives sneaking through. Possibly a mistimed ability. Oh, wait. Can we? Oh, it's going to be really close. Come on. 3 lives. Yes, we survived with 2 lives left. But now it's round 15 already, and that is also another pretty rough round here. I don't know how to use my abilities all that well, but that's about as good as I could do, and round 15 will kill us. It's kind of upsetting. Striker Jones can be started off without any issues. So again, no Dart Monkey necessary. We do have the MIB here, so if we get to black Bloons, this will not be an issue for Striker Jones in particular. I think he's one of the only heroes that can't pop black Bloons very well. Churchill kind of can't pop black Bloons, but by the time you usually get to them, you usually have a machine gun, so I don't even know if I want to call that a major issue. And again, we should mention, we are starting with the monkey knowledge here, so we're starting at level 3 with every single hero. That does give them a pretty decent benefit to get going in here. And I have a feeling that we're going to get reasonably far with Striker Jones, but there's going to be some weird, fast Bloons that are going to be very, very devastating for us. Round 15 in particular, and then probably even into the 20s and 21s. I mean, there's a lot of weird yellow, pink rushes that just kind of are devastating. So the power of Striker Jones is the fact that he buffs other towers, kind of similar to Oben, but instead of buffing magic monkeys, but specifically buff cannons and mortars. As he levels up, he gets different buffs for those guys, and in addition to that, he makes all black Bloons less resistant to explosive damage from all monkeys. So it doesn't matter if it's a cannon, a mortar, or whatever other towers can't pop black Bloons, but those are pretty cool changes. Now, they're just less resistant. Doesn't mean we can automatically pop black Bloons, and that's definitely something to keep in mind, because at level, I believe, 19, he does get full resistance to black full non-black popping powerness. All Bloons will be completely non-resistant to explosive damage. I cannot say that properly. I don't know why it's just confusing my brain, but all of our towers can pop black Bloons at level 19. That's the easiest and best way to explain it. But either which way, that's kind of usually what he's used for, is make sure you're getting the right cannons, make sure you're getting the right mortars, and this guy can be, honestly, one of the best heroes in the game if you use him properly. Alright, real lives are lost on round 13, and one of the weirdest things about him so far is that he actually has not buffed himself. We got the Concussive Blast for level 3. For level 4, we got increasing the cannon and mortar damage, and then this makes it so we're less resistant to black popping power, which we already have for this, so we're really not getting any stronger as time goes on, which is kind of sad. If we beat round 15, we will be better than Psy, but if we lose to round 15, we will be equal to Psy, and it's going to be close. I think we're going to manage here, but barely. With a few lives trying to sneak through down to 10 lives at this point, but we did officially beat Psy's best. But it did not last much longer than that. That just, I'll be honest, it's not going to help us out that much. That's just where it's got to be. Round frickin' 16. Next up, we've got Azili, who I am looking forward to hopefully surprising us a little bit. I often think of Azili as one of the worst heroes in the game, but Ninja Kiwi buffed her quite a bit. Quite a lot over quite a few different updates. So maybe we'll be surprised a little bit by Azili's power to solo the game. Not just be good, but solo through the game. She does have this Heartstopper ability, which I think most people look at as just kind of a stupid ability, kind of worthless, but it does allow us to pop purple Bloons, which if you're soloing, and if you don't have the MIB here, would actually be a reasonable thing to have. All right, we're already losing real lives on round 9, or no, yeah, shield lives, and then real lives on round 9. That was pretty brutal, to be completely honest. But again, there's really not much we can do here. There's not much micro I can do. I could try to move her to strong, but I don't think that's going to help us that much. And honestly, we might lose in round 10 here. Again, nothing to really do. No micro to really pull off here. And the Bloons will just, unfortunately, sneak right through. Dang! I thought we were going to get way further with Azili. That is kind of upsetting to know that Striker Jones bested her by quite a bit. And even Psy beat her out. Next up, we've got Psy. Or Etienne. Etienne. Not did I just say Psy? Oh, I suck at life. Next up, we've got Etienne. Or Etienne. And there's a couple things you got to know about Etienne, which is, first of all, he gets camo detection fairly early on, but doesn't have automatic camo detection. He gives every single other tower anywhere globally, not just in range, camo detection at level 8. And that is probably the main thing about him, is that camo detection is absolutely wonderful. On top of that, they have a drone, and the drone is randomly kind of running around and doing things. We don't have the ability to micro with it yet, but eventually we can micro once we get multiple drones, which is kind of cool. We also have a pretty cool ability, which just pops 4 extra drones on the screen, and that is actually a pretty good popper. Believe it or not, Etienne is one of my favorite heroes in the game, and I think one of the best heroes in the game, just automatically, and I think we're going to go pretty far with Etienne. I don't see major downsides with him, and giving him his weakness popping power, the lead popping power, is going to make him so much more powerful, it's almost insane. So, let's get going here and see what we can pull off. Well-timed abilities equal absolute demolition. That was round 15. Round 16 is going down pretty easily, and I feel pretty confident about everything. I think the main big difference for us is going to be when we reach level 7 here, which allows us to control 2 drones at once. Now, I didn't ever notice this before, but Etienne does actually have a pretty sizable range here. I mean, one of the biggest out of any hero. I mean, Churchill might be close to this, but other than that, I mean, that's freaking huge, dude. All right, our first shield lives have been lost on round 20. Not very many, but they were lost, and we're gonna have to use our ability here on round 21. You can see overwhelming amounts of Bloons, definitely just kind of our weakness here. Some other heroes were able to deal with this, but obviously Etienne not quite as well. But I am hoping doubling our popping power here for level 7 will change things out quite a bit. Also, we do not want to have Divide and Conquer. Definitely put Etienne on first, which is really easy to forget that that's possible. I don't know why, but I always kind of forget that that targeting exists, so just keep it in mind. Don't forget about it. I lost very few lives on round 26, but I wanted to save my ability here for round 27 because I thought this was going to kill us way, way worse. So I think I'm glad that I did that. I just sacrificed a few lives. I honestly believe we might be able to regain a lot of our shield lives here on some of these easier rounds. So let's hope for the best. Level 8, unfortunately, doesn't give us any extra popping power, and we are coming up on some pretty difficult rounds here. So let's see if we can hang on for a little longer, man. But I don't know. It's going to be scary here. It's going to be a death of 1,000 cuts, basically. 5 lives here, 10 lives there, and eventually we're just going to be succumbing to our wounds. Again, there's really not much to micro here. It's just kind of first or divide and conquer, and I got to admit, I still think first is probably the best thing to leave him on. And again, the slow... Whoa, 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 whoa! It just woofed right through. And unfortunately, Etienne, round 32. I mean, maybe not the best timed abilities here, but I needed it for 31 to just survive against those regen Bloons. It is what it is. It's kind of unfortunate, but 32 is our best. This will be the first time I put a hero right in the middle of the map, and I'll admit it, this is a pretty good map for Pat. Pat is usually kind of difficult to use because you really need him in a spot where you can hit multiple different areas, and if you can do that, well, heck yeah, man, he's actually pretty decent. But without this benefit, I don't know, I could see it going a completely different way. Any which way, we're surviving for now. Let's talk about Pat real quick. First of all, Pat does damage. He doesn't have the, I guess he's got a decent amount of pierce as well. It's kind of a weird thing to do both pierce and damage at the same time, but of course, it's the very tiny range that is the major issue here. Very, very, very tiny, because all he does is attack with his hands, man. His big, beefy, delicious, Godzilla-like hands. The main bonuses to him is that obviously he pops lead balloons right away, which is kind of cool. And he buffs other towers with this Rallying Roar ability. It's okay to use it for yourself to power yourself up as well, but mainly you're using it to power up things like tack shooters or ninjas or other things with usually the things that are good with alchemists already kind of work well with Pat as well. But of course, it's a short-term thing. You kind of have to keep on reactivating the ability if you want to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck or most benefit that you can get. Next up, the most important thing about Pat is the fact that he does a powerful slap that pushes Bloons away from the exit. This can eventually turn into sending Moabs backwards as well, which is really, really, really cool. And he can stun Bloons on top of sending them backwards, so it's just an extreme stalling hero here that allows all of your other towers to just do more damage. Of course, allowing Pat to do more damage too, but allowing all of your other towers to do more damage over time is just good. All right, our first real lives have been lost on round 19. Kind of makes sense. The faster the Bloons, the worse off we are usually. The stronger the Bloons, usually the better off we are. Of course, lots and lots of fast, strong Bloons is not good for anybody, but I don't think that's good for any tower hero in the game. Unfortunately, again, it's kind of like the death of 1,000 cuts here. It's just a slow death, a few lives here, a few lives there, but maybe we can hang out a little longer than some of these other heroes if we're able to level up to level 7 here. Increase popping power and damage. Would really like to have that on my team here, man. All right, we did get to level 7 here, but we're coming up on a pretty tough round. Round was 27, lots of fast yellow Bloons. Yeah, I don't know if this is even going to help us, but yes, kind of. We're still alive. Pushing past another round here. We get increased attack speed at level 8, but dang, that's going to be tough to get to. Oh, this could be the end. This could very well be the end. Round 29 here. It's, maybe. Okay, we're going to survive one more round. We should be able to survive round 30, and again, it's a very, very slow process, but Pat is slowly suffering here. Slowly dying. slowly inking into the oblivion. Oh, baby. Look at this, man. We're still surviving past round 32, and we're actually getting some shield lives back. Pet, you maniac. Can we make it to round 40? Uh-oh. Another tough round for us, round 34. Ooh, and there it goes. Too many yellow balloons randomly sneaking through, and round 34 is the best for Pat. I'll admit right from the get-go that I don't know where to properly place Gwendolyn. Her range is pretty small. And even with the village here, I don't know if maybe eventually she'll get to the point where she can reach over to the other side here, but I hope that she can. But as far as balloon pop power goes, this is, I think, the best part about Gwendolyn. I think that we're going to easily make it to around 40, but the question is, can we pop them up with a really nice cocktail ability? And if we can, how far can we go beyond that? Now, this is all predictions, so can't guarantee nothing here, but I feel her. I feel like she might be able to pull off something magical here. Be the best of the best of so far. So let's talk about Gwendolyn real quick. We're currently at around 27, by the way, and things are just going really well. The cocktail works out really, really well. I have it positioned over here. Whenever I feel like there's a lot of blooms on the screen, pop it down, cleans them up pretty well. We're currently, I think, at like 2 road spikes lost, and that's about it. I do have her on first for now, but I could maybe move her to strong eventually. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. But as far as her herself goes, how do you use her? Well, first of all, the main thing is that she does buff some of your other towers as well. Kind of similar, the way Oben or Pat would buff somebody, but it can be used on any tower at all. So the ones that I like to buff with Gwendolyn are specifically the Heli Pilot, the Tack Shooter, things like that, things with a reasonable amount of pierce that you can kind of just use to do whatever you want. And it specifically is not activated all the time. It's only when she specifically heats it up. And when she heats it up, you can see that all of your other towers are going to have that weird yellow border radius kind of bursting out of it. And with that, you get a ton of extra popping power. Trust me. It's really, really, really helpful. And also allows you to pop lead balloons even more effectively, which doesn't really help that much right now, but against DDTs, it indeed will. Her weakness is obviously no cam detection and no purple popping power, but for us, we get a huge advantage here. So I do want to point that out, that this normally would be a huge problem for us by now. Would have lost, for sure, to around 25 purples, or if not, around 33 camos. But we don't have to deal with that issue, so we just get to use our popping power to our advantage. Now, on top of that, she does actually have a lot of popping power by herself. For a free hero in particular, not bad at all, man. Definitely one of the best heroes in the game overall, just for kind of brute forcing and for a little baby buffs if you're like kind of looking for that. But yeah, here she goes, man. Around 34, and we still got some road spikes left. It's kind of crazy. Don't forget that one other thing about her is that she does a burny stuff like mortar burn, where the balloons will slowly burn themselves. Instead of having her specifically have to attack them, they'll just kind of die. So one thing to do is if you want to leave her on strong, and again, I don't really think this is going to be beneficial for me for right now, but if you do leave her on strong, she probably will do more damage overall for you. But again, that's kind of like take it with a grain of salt because it depends on the situation and all that stuff. Any which way, I think we're going to lose our first lives possibly here. No? Yes? Kind of. First shield lives got on around 36. Woo. As far as ceramics go, let me check this out, bro. That's a 3-shot kill right there, and then we burn him to a crisp. Oof. That damage over time is beautiful. And it looks like we might even be able to afford a Firestorm before the Moab is coming out. So far, Gwendolyn, in my opinion, obvious best of the bundle. Just obvious. Soloing, best. Oh, crap. Did I screw this up big time? I've got a Firestorm ability here. This could save the day, but I clearly screwed up by using a Molotov cocktail on 39 when I shouldn't have. But I think we could save this. I think we could save this. Okay, so Firestorm ability, we're going to get this before round 10. Unfortunately, I do have to throw my cocktail as far back as I possibly can here. We're going to see if, yeah, we're going to get it up in time. Beautiful. All right, I think we're just going to Firestorm right through this thing. All right, Firestorm through the ceramics. And it's not really the way I wanted it to go down, but bam! We keep it going, even with a mistimed cocktail for round 39. Unbelievable. We're getting to the point of many balloons coming out against us, but it's very clear to me that the amount of pop power she has is pretty absurd. I don't know how to explain it. We've been spending a pretty good amount of money on her, obviously, but clearly, heads or tails over the other heroes so far. We also just got a huge bonus here, which I didn't even want to think about. It's the big boner bonus of Gwendolyn. She can now reach to the other side over here with a regular attack, so we just increased our popping power even further by just allowing us to pop things a little sooner. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. I've had to use some abilities here and there, but overall she has been doing mostly everything by herself. I think I'm going to have to do a double, possibly a double ability here on round 49, but I'm afraid of around 50. Once we get to multiple Moabs coming out, I don't know if she can handle this anymore. We got increased attack speed and stuff, but I'll admit it, I'm a mild bit afraid. All right, let's see if we just solo it without using any abilities at all, and if we can, unfrickin' believable. Oh my god, I think we just did it. Oh my god, easily! Holy crap, holy dude! This is quite unreal. We can solo Moabs. All right, 2 Moabs this time. I tried to use my cocktail properly. Not going quite as well, but with a Firestorm, we survived, but it was not exactly ideal. 52, oh, down to 15 lives. I really honestly felt like I did my best. I did a good double cocktail over here. I Firestormed properly, and now we got to deal with the Moabs here. Okay, let's do this. Let's throw this in the front. I got to try to time it so I get as many Moabs inside of this cocktail as possible. Just do a little extra damage here. And we get 3 Moabs in 1 cocktail. Not bad, not bad. I don't think I'm going to get my... Ooh, maybe I'll get the Firestorm up in time. But, I hope I can beat it without. I think I just got to Firestorm it. Yeah, really upsetting, but just had to be done, man. Again, we're going to try to use the cocktail here on the Moab. And I'm going to try to get 2 Moabs in there, which I think this should wrap around. Yes, we do. Okay, that might be enough to take down round 54 as well. But we're definitely getting to the point where surviving here is all up to abilities and all up to my capabilities. It's not really Gwendolyn doing it, even though she is. It's all up to, will I screw up in time? Can we just manage with screwing up a few times here and there? BFB! The cool thing is we're level 15, so she's cheap. It's one of the lowest experience towers necessary to get things flowing here. I think I'm going to wait on my cocktail until we get to the lower level Bloons, so I can just kind of burn through them very quickly. If I need to, I got both. I can Firestorm too. So, I don't really like this, but I think I got to wait. Let's throw it right here. Let's get it going at least a little bit quicker. And I got to Firestorm it. And we take down the BFB. We've got 40 technical lives here. And we're still kind of going. This is weird. I did not expect to get past round 61 here. So this is a bit of a problem. We're going to throw the cocktail down and try to burn through this Moab. I'm going to try to Firestorm through this second Moab here, but I don't know if this is going to go down the way I'm hoping. Let me give it one more shot. Okay, just to manage this a little bit better, I'm going to try to put this on strong instead of first. And we're going to try to kill the Moabs in particular. Even if it causes us to lose some random lives from the beginning part of the game, it'll be totally worth it. Specifically, those ooh, we gotta put it back to first. Put it back to first. Just for a second here, back to strong. I'm gonna cocktail a little earlier this time. We're gonna go like this with the cocktail. Oh, I didn't mean to put it there. I meant to put it up here. That's okay, I think. She is on strong and working. Okay. First one done. And 62. Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Now we got round 60 frickin' 3, though. Holy crap. All right, first of all, can we just melt through these guys? Kind of. Yes. Unbelievably, yes, we can. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me right now? It's kind of absurd that we could do this. Either which way, we're still going strong. Okay, I ran into another issue on round 66. We're going to move her back to strong here. Maybe I'll get lucky with my cocktails this time around, but last time it did not go well. It did not go well at all. All right, here we go. Good cocktail. Oh, well placed, well timed. Put her on strong. Cocktails melted through everything. I think we got it this time around. Oh, easily. Easily. Woo! Again, it's a lot up to the micro. If you do the right micro, do the right skills, you can make almost anything happen. We just made it to level 19 by round 73, and that gives us 3 blasts of fire per shot. The last level here only gives us hugely increased damage on our Firestorm ability, which I don't think is going to help us out that much. Really, level 19 was the main level, and I think at this point, without even using any abilities, we could probably beat all the way through to round 80. That's how powerful she is at this point. I just kind of want to show a couple BFBs, so I'll show you guys around 75 in its entirety. And don't forget, 75 is usually a pretty difficult round overall. A lot of these BFBs don't look too bad, but they're actually multiple BFBs on top of each other. So that's why they end up being so gosh darn difficult. But here we go. This is, I think, 4 BFBs chunked over here, or maybe 6. So what we're going to do is let's throw down the ability anyways. And we got a lot of damage out of that thing. Oh my goodness. With that much damage, we easily take it down. We're going to Firestorm through 76 just so we don't have to deal with it, and we're officially maxed out. Oh boy, here we go. We've got a Zermagerd coming out right now. And if there's going to be anything that kills us, it's got to be this thing, right? I mean, right 80 plus is going to be difficult too, but this guy in particular, got to be rough. So I used my Firestorm here a little early, but oh! Okay, let's give it another shot. Let's give it another shot. I'm going to try to save my Firestorm this time around. And I'm going to throw this as close as I possibly can to the Zermagerd. And it looks like you got to do about 4,000 damage to kill this. Oh my god, just the first layer. It's going up quick, but this is still a lot to go through. Here we go. We're down to BFBs at this point. We're going to go for that last Molotov cocktail here, kind of early. And I need to get my Firestorm flowing, I think. I'm just going to Firestorm. Boom. Melt them. And we do survive at least round 80. But I am admittedly somewhat afraid of the continuous non-stop BFBs. The cool thing is the Molotov cocktail is still really good. If you look at the pop count, it's kind of insane how much this thing in particular is doing. And we get many of them. This is not that slow of an ability. I mean, it's coming back here. We're popping BFBs and everything. Ceramics are still going down. It's a bit of a tough one, but throw our last cocktail down on the bottom down here, just kind of clean them up, and no, it's a few lives have been lost, but we're still alive through round 81. I'll admit it, reinforced BFBs could be the game breaker for us. This could be the one that finally takes us down. I don't really know how to micro through all of this. I think I'm just gonna call it. Like I'm gonna try, don't get me wrong, but it's just not looking good. I have to Firestorm through the ceramics and it's still not enough. I'm just gonna call it. 82 is a pretty good round. I could probably maybe fight myself through one more round, but I am not gonna be making much further than this. So 82 though, fan-frickin-tastic. Next up, we've got Adora, who is, in my opinion, one of the top tier heroes in the game. She's just good all around. I really like her. She's easily buffed, which is one of the main things about her that makes her good. So even just a small Elk buff can take you a long way away. Unfortunately, we don't get that today. Her weaknesses are purple Bloons and camo Bloons, but you can get the purple popping power with this ability now, kind of similar to Azili's ability. So feel free to use that if you want. It also increases your range a significant amount and gives you tons of extra popping power, so it's really good. Eventually, she's going to get a ball of light around her as an activated ability, and that is also really good for the biggest tier Bloons. So, oh my gods, reinforced BFBs, all that nonsense, really good. Right now, though, you can tell, compared to a lot of other heroes, just popping Bloons is what she does, and she does it very well. We will not have any issues likely until probably the Moab or something, I think. We'll gauge it and we'll test and see, but I honestly don't think she's going to have any issues. So kind of as expected, 0 issues here. We're getting some of the beefier Bloon rounds of, the 30s, and it's not even an ability kind of situation here. You just kind of like let them all die, right? And we're about to get an extra bonus 4 Divine Bolts at a single time. Once we get to level 8 here, which is kind of sweet. So I'm not afraid, but the Moab, we'll have to see. So unfortunately, I had to use my ability here on round 39 just to survive, which was kind of unexpected. I didn't expect it to be that difficult, and now I won't have that ability for round 40. And I don't know. I just think this is gonna cause us to lose. Maybe I could have used this a smidge earlier on 39, but I'm unfortunately just gonna have to call it. We didn't make it. We didn't make it. Moving on to Soda. If you are new to BTD6 and you have not gotten 5,000 monkey money yet, that's the first thing you need to do. Get 5,000 monkey money, get Soda. Don't even buy monkey knowledge, but get Soda. It'll make your life so much easier. It's just insane. She's a really dominant hero for pretty much every game mode on every beginner map. And if you can beat all the beginner maps, you make tons of monkey money, man. It's insane. So get Soda. Trust me, you'll be a very happy man. All right. I like to believe that she's even stronger than Adora, but of course in a different way. She's stronger with a smaller range. And that range, of course, doesn't matter too much on beginner maps, but will matter a lot on the more difficult maps, intermediates, or advanced, or even experts, if you're really trying to get crazy with Soda here. But she just does damage. That's the main thing about her. She just does a lot of popping power, and there's really no way to get around that. So her weakness, lead balloons, I guess, but even this is a lead popper, and honestly, 28 and 30, usually not that big of a deal, so I don't really even want to say she's got like a major weakness. I think we're going to go pretty far with her, but of course, we'll have to wait and see. Alrighty then, Soda. Check this out. We saved up over $11,000, lost 0 lives. We're about to spend all of our money here just to make sure that we will survive against the Moab here. And we got 2 ways to take down the Moab, though. Alright, specifically, if I get to level 9 here, this is going to be... Oh, I think this is going to be easy. Level 9 specifically makes things so much easier because you do damage over time. So, usually, I think it's better just let the Moab die first, and then we use our ability here to take down all the Bloons on the inside. Honestly, it didn't even look like it was necessary. Soda's just owning so far. So, seriously, no issues. We're just going to glide along here for a little while and see if we run into any issues eventually. This is quite the nonchalant party over here. Still no major issues at all. We're just gliding through here. Another $10,000 saved up. And, ooh, look at this. Check this out. For the first time ever, we got to use our ability. Or no, second time ever. Got to use our ability here to make sure we don't lose. And, I guess we got to use 2 abilities. Okay, 49. And now we're already around 50. Uh-oh. Okay, Moabs. How are we going to do? How are we going to do? It seems like our Pierce cap is kind of the issue at this point, not necessarily the damage output overall. So I'm going to leave her on strong here. I think, okay, yeah. It also does come down to our abilities a little bit. Should I just tank it or restart? Let's just tank it. We've been doing so well. You know what? Screw it. Let's use our ability. We should be good on 51 here. We're going to level up again. And I think the best bet for me is to jump on Moabs, which means I will have to, unfortunately, micro by switching her to strong when I need to pop the Moabs, and then back to first when I don't need to, possibly? I don't know. It's definitely a little bit tricky at this point. It might be worth just, like, sacrifice a few lives, but it's difficult to decide, my friends. Difficult to decide. I think the easiest thing for me to do is just leave her on first. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave her on first. I'm going to tank him. I mean, I could waste my ability here, but I'm afraid. So I'm down to 81 lives, and I don't feel like I should. I don't feel like I should have lost that many lives. I just feel like it's been, like... it's like one of those things where it's, like, so difficult. If I just had 1 Dart Monkey or 1 Cleanup Tower, I'd be totally fine. But that Pierce cap on these ceramics that come out of the Moabs is the tricky part. Here we go. Nice jump for us. All right. I think if we'd be more optimal with our jumpage, we might be better off. All right, 54. Pretty big everything level here. I'm going to put her on strong for a quick second here to try to pop the Moabs, then we're going to try to use our ability here to pop everything on the inside. That's going to be the plan. Come on, pop it. All right, that didn't go great, but I could jump on him. All right, again, did not go great, but we did survive another couple rounds. And you're noticing the 50s, very, very difficult for Soda. Everything up to 50 was easy. And then once we got to this, boom, snap, crackle, and pop, takes us down. Now, maybe we could have fought for another round or 2, but definitely not what Gwendolyn was doing. You know, there's just no way. And surprisingly, 55 for Soda. Interesting round. It's going to seem kind of stupid to pick an entirely different map for Brickle, but I just got to be honest with you guys, I don't really care. I just don't really care that much. She's not going to be the best of the best. She's probably going to lose fairly quickly. If she does make it to the Moab, I'd be kind of surprised. But if she beats the Moab, I'd be extra surprised. If she does make it past all of that, the 40s are going to kill us. But that being said, this, of course, is not a fair representation compared to all other heroes here. We have to have water. There is no water on Monkey Lane, so I could drop a pool down to make it more fair. But I just figured, let's play a regular map. Let's just see how far we can get with Brickle. Really quickly, I just want to touch on her strengths and weaknesses. She does a sniper-like shot, so she's pretty decent if you put her on strong. Of course, without any other support towers, that kind of sucks. But knowing that damage is what does most of the damage is kind of important. So leaving her on first, you'll waste a lot of that. Then you have the random Moab, or the random mines, the sea mines here, and they are good against the group balloons. So you kind of have like a good combo: sniper, mines, sniper, grouped damage nonsense. But because they're so random and weird, it's fairly difficult to get them to be used perfectly, and that's what makes her a little bit tricky as a hero to use. Her ability is the main thing you want to worry about. She buffs other water towers, so getting subs and boats in combination, it's kind of freaking ridiculous. Even if you get a Temple of the Monkey God on water, you could get a Brickle buff, which is kind of crazy. But don't forget, use this ability when you run into some major issues, but you can see our weakness is definitely these group balloons here. We're already starting to lose real lives here on just around 27. Don't know how long this is going to go for, but She's definitely starting to struggle a bit. 34 is a pretty big problem for us, but I'm using all of my abilities here. We're losing a lot of lives. A lot of lives. Don't really know what to do if I can do anything, and there it is. 34. Kind of as expected. That's probably what we get out of Monkey Lane if we put her on there. It's a fair round, but nothing ridiculous, obviously. So I know a lot of people out there are probably thinking, Chris, what is wrong with you? Why would you not just start with the right amount of money to build your hero? Or why would you not sacrifice it and just build the hero right from the get-go instead of building a random MIB? Like, clearly you gave yourself enough money to make this all happen. Why would you do it like this? And the reasoning behind it is that in any regular, real game, you would not be putting Churchill down on round 3. There's just no way. It would not be fair. So, in a normal game, you'd be putting Churchill down maybe round 11 if you're really efficient with your Dart Monkey, maybe 12 if you're, like, ready to go. So, I don't know. I just feel like getting extra bonus experience off of my hero because I started off with extra money for a village doesn't seem fair. So, that's why we're doing it this way, and hopefully you guys don't mind. It means we do end up having to struggle a little bit, maybe losing some extra lives here, but honestly, it's looking pretty good. We lose our regular Road Spike lives, we lose a few shield lives, and that will give us enough money to get Churchill flowing. Bam, shazam. All right, positioning. It's a tricky one. Could go a lot of ways, but I honestly think this is probably still just the best spot. It's nice because you got straight lines, baby. Straight lines are what makes Churchill go round, and this is one straight line you don't want to mess up because it's a lot of extra ceramic pop power for us. So I feel pretty comfy. I think Churchill should be able to handle these balloons for a pretty long time here. And we've got a question. Will Churchill be the main man? And be the most effective popper, the most effective tower, the most effective and most powerful hero in all of Bloons Tower Defense 6? It's only round 12, but we've got a long way to go before we decide that. Now, for anybody unaware, I actually made a video before Bloons Tower Defense 6 came out, when I was playing Battles 2, and I came up with a design for a monkey. And I wanted the new tower in Bloons Tower Defense 6 to be a tank monkey. Alright? I wanted my tank monkey to have explosive shots that go through multiple balloons. And I wanted that tank monkey to also have an additional machine gun that maybe you could upgrade on a different cross path. And then Ninja Kiwi said, holy crap, Chris is a genius! And they never actually gave me any credit. They never really told me that it was my idea. And somehow Churchill came out in Bloons Tower Defense 6. I was a little upset at first that I didn't get any credit, and then I realized, who gives a crap? Honestly, it's just cool to have Churchill in the game. But either which way, I like to think that Churchill was not necessarily Churchill himself, but the idea of the tank monkey and the tank hero was in fact my idea, as ridiculous as that is. And it's because I've been playing Bloons games for such a long time. In fact, I might even have the picture of Churchill, and I'm gonna go look for it right now. Aha! So I at least found the picture for now. Wednesday, May 25th of 2016 was whenever this thing was modified. Don't know what that means, but this file is at the very least that old. This is the tank monkey from 2016. And I am going to go look for the video that I made, just out of curiosity, just to throw it out there, because I think it's kind of fun. I haven't even mentioned this in a really, really long time, by the way. I just thought it was kind of fun that DigiKiwi listens to people, or creators, or players, when thinking about what kind of towers and monkeys and heroes they're going to put into the game. Any which way, Churchill's dominating. No issues here. I don't see us losing to Bloons. I don't see us losing to the Moab, most likely, but we'll have to wait and see. But the question is, when will we start to lose? Will we end up struggling against multiple Moabs like in the 50s like Sauda did? Or will we be able to just chug along, spend our money here, get high enough levels where we can just kind of dominate for a while and make it to the 70s or 80s? Or maybe the 90s? Whoa. I don't know. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But here we go. I think I found the video, first of all. But second to that, here we go. We've got Churchill, level 8 here. Best way to do this is waiting for this to pop before we even use our ability here, because it does extra damage against blacks and ceramics, which is probably our biggest weakness. And the Moab does indeed go down. All right, Churchill, man, on his way to doing some cray-cray stuff. All right, so I did end up finding it, and I'm going to overlay just a picture of the video. You guys can feel free if you want to. I'll probably link it somewhere. If not, you can Google it. It's called Bloons Tower Defense 6 New Towers and New Bloon Ideas. You can just type that with SJB, and it'll pop up right away. Came out May 28th, 2016. Right around the time that I just told you guys my picture came from. And again, I just want to throw out there that it actually does have the fact that it goes through balloons before it explodes. It does have a machine gun or a minigun, so I said. I don't know if it's worth it to not use my ability there, but I'm not sure that I did that or not. I only gave it 2 cross paths because in BTD5 there's only 2 cross paths, and I did give it some weird things that, of course, aren't in there at all, like long range that can attack anywhere on the screen, triples its firepower with 3 guns, bullets can go through frozen lead balloons. I mean, those are like things that already kind of exist a little bit. And also it changes to an anti-Moab gun, which is also just not in the game at all. So, no, they didn't copy my idea or anything like that, but it does have some similarities, which I think was kind of cool. And maybe somebody that saw that video and decided to go with a very, very similar idea. Any which way, I thought it was also interesting that it didn't come out at the beginning or the launch of BTD6. It actually came out after launch of BTD6. I think Churchill was the first hero, if I remember correctly. Possibly the first hero to be added to the game here. All right, here we go. We're definitely struggling at this point. I'm going to retry this round one more time, otherwise we're definitely going to lose. The 50s are pretty problematic here. All right, first of all, we're going to get that extra ability here, and now we do have the Moab missiles. Okay, that should help us out a lot. The question is, do I want to use it? I don't think I can get it back every single round. I don't know, man. Churchill's not doing as good as I thought he would. Even Sauda, a $650 starting tower with no bonuses or anything, was able to get us to 55. And I'm not saying we can't get to 55, but is looking pretty scary here, at least a little on the sketch side. I'm trying to do this without the Moab missile so I can save for 54. But maybe that's the wrong idea. We tanked some lives there, but not a whole bunch. And I'm going to use the Moab missiles on this round. And I need to save my ability here for around 55, because that's a big ceramic level, and that might actually, oh crap, overwhelm us! Okay, this is not going very well. Admittedly, not going very well at all, but we have survived. 93 lives left, too. I mean, it looks like things are getting really bad, but again, that nice straight line at the very end here is just barely cleaning up the balloons at the very end. Every round is basically like a disaster right now, and I don't like it. Again, it's going to be another one where it's going to be at the very, very tippity back of the map here. We're going to take him down and lose it. What? What? All right, so I definitely have to use my Moab missiles this time around. Possibly both abilities. And it's such a long round that I think I'm going to be able to get them back in time for 59 anyways, and I don't even know if I'm going to need them for 59. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to beat these. I use my Moab missiles here. Try to get back my ability again. And it's only 1 Moab left. We should be able to handle that. All right. Success. So, handleable. Not great, but handleable. BFB should go down pretty easy if we got these Moab missiles, and then the real question is, can we beat rounds 61, 62, and 63, which are actually all very difficult rounds for Captain Churchill. Straight lines can only go so far, man. So here we go. Let's Moab missile this guy. I don't think we need to use the second ability. I'd rather save it. So let's save it if we can. Yeah, it looks okay. Good enough. And check this out, though. We got consistent balloons and spaced Moabs. The exact opposite of what you want to see. So we're definitely going to have to use both abilities here. I'm going to start off with this one. I will have to use the Moab missiles as well. Moab missiles. Is this going to be enough? Ooh, it's going to be tight. Luckily, we lose some lives, but not enough to cause us to lose the game. And we push on, but honestly, this could be the end. Wait. We get another level. Additional increased damage. It can explode 6 times nowadays. I think we're going to have to do the exact same thing we did last time, but I don't know if it's going to be enough still. We got reinforced Moabs coming out. All right, Moab missiles. Come on, Moab missiles. Shell barrage. We're losing some lives. Not quite. Still alive. It's 24 lives. And we make it. Now we're on round 63, a balloon level. Honestly, I kind of expect us to beat this. You never know, I guess. He's supposed to be good against balloons. All right, barely handling, but I think we will take down 63. I just feel like there's going to be some sort of inflection point here where which is like Churchill just starts going from being barely surviving to dominating at some point. I just don't know when or how that's going to happen. It's just kind of rough here. Space Moabs in particular are the really, really hard part for us. But we're surviving. Not going to say for sure, but we may have reached that inflection point. I mean, look at this. We've got a bunch of random, I don't call it Space Moabs, which is Moabs kind of all over the place here. And we were able to take them down. It's just these slow buffs. They do add up over time. Machine gun can pop one additional layer per shot. Machine gun and main gun. I mean, that's not bad, bro. Moabs are still kind of the major issue, not necessarily the Bloons on the inside. So, especially when we're fighting space Moabs, they become extra specially difficult. But a lot of these Moabs end up being decently grouped. So we go through quite a few of them, and we're handling them. So we'll keep on pushing, see how far we can go. Okay, we're on round 75 right now, and I'll admit it, this is another pretty tricky round for Churchill. Spaced reinforced Moabs on top of crap tons of BFBs. Using our Moab barrage ability makes them all pop out kind of quickly, and then the worst part of it all, though. Do we use our ability here? If we do, I'm pretty much going to guarantee we will not pop 76. So we have to take the chance here, try to use it at the very end here, pop through 75 and into 76, or something else, magically, majestically. I truly don't know. Let's try this first. Let's do this. I'm going to just hope that we can take down the last two BFBs here with just, oh my god, really? Even with our ability? What the heck? All right, we're able to manage decently well, actually. Trying to decide if I want a Moab missile, use this ability, not use this ability, or what. A slow death is always better. And it looks like we may be able to manage around 75 with, like, perfect freaking micro. Ooh, this actually looks pretty scary. I might have to use it at the end again. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it at the end of round 75 so we can work it into 76. Into 76? Maybe? Kind of? Oh, I think we lose. I think that ability's gone now. I think it's over. 76 is going to kill us officially. Oh, that's so upsetting. I just know that I played random challenges where Churchill could not beat 76, but I didn't spend this much money on him. So I guess we could try a couple times and maybe we'll get lucky. Put him on last or strong or something like that. It seems like a weird thing to do, but I don't know. First is usually best, especially against regen Bloons. Plus, I even have this guy who's kind of like working to my advantage right now. But I'll get like 5 tries, and if it doesn't work, unfortunately, this is where we got to call it. Okay, that's it. This is my like 6th or 7th try, and Churchill can't do it, so he's going to be done on 76. It was a good run, but sometimes every hero's got its limit. Quincy, baby! Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have realized this or not, but nothing gets past Quincy's bow, so he will easily get to round 100, and he will easily win this challenge. But I think we have to show that we have to prove it to you guys that nothing actually gets past Quincy's bow. So let's get going, man. Frickin' Quincy, baby. Before we get too deep, let's talk about Quincy really quickly. And I just want to mention really quickly that my Churchill run was pretty good, and I honestly believe I did the best that I could. So you can argue that, I think Churchill could be around 76. That's totally fine. Maybe he could. And maybe he could even get much further than that. But 75 was very tricky. Very weird micro. I tried it multiple times, and I still ended up having to use that last ability there just to survive round 75, and tried to make through round 76. And it was super tight, super close, but I could not manage to do it, and it's not worth in a completely new run. So it just kind of is what it is at this point. So I'm sorry if that upsets you, but it is what it is. Let's talk about Quincy. So Quincy's kind of one of those heroes that started off being pretty bad. But NinjaKiwi buffed him quite a few times, and now he's actually a pretty good staple. He's cheap. He's easy. You throw him down, he does pretty much everything. He's got camo detection. He eventually gets lead popping power. He's got purple popping power. He really doesn't have a true weakness, besides tons of Bloons. So if we're going to lose with Quincy, though, it's going to be because we either misuse our ability against tons of grouped Bloons in the early game, or we just get overwhelmed from too many Bloons at some other random point. He will level up fairly quickly, which means, you know, we're going to have some advantages here with getting explosive arrows and stuff. I mean, what were we, level 7 with Churchill at level, like, 40? So, definitely some big differences in leveling qualities here. We might get to level 20 quick enough where things just won't be a problem. This very well could be Death of 1,000 Cuts in the 30s. Just want to throw it out there. I don't know if I can micro through any of this. I feel like leaving him on first is probably our best bet. I don't know if we could micro magically and put him on last, close, strong, first, and like move it around all over the place, but you can see it's just a lack of overall popping power right now. It's just a slow, very, very slow loss of lives. Or is it fast losses of lives? Down to 3 lives by round 33. Okay, unless we make something pretty majestic happen here, we're probably going to end up losing. Base attack bounces up to 6 targets. That's a big change for us. So if we can survive round 34, maybe we got a chance. We might be able to get this guy going. All right, another ability required here for round 34. And 3 lives, 8 lives total. Oh boy. Okay. I don't think there's any way around it. I think this is it. Unfortunately, Quincy. I could try to wait on my ability for just a second longer. Put this guy in last. Maybe we'll get lucky here with some explosions or something. Gotta move back to first. Yeah, not good. Just save that ability for the last second here. All right. Last second ability. And it's still not enough. Okay, round 34. That's what Quincy got to. Geraldo is going to be an interesting hero in that he's the only hero that I can actually put things down with. And I believe that it is completely and unbelievably fair that I can indeed build the items. I will be putting them... I don't know. I guess I'm just going to be putting them wherever I feel like it. I will not be putting them necessarily in range of this village over here, but I'm going to put it in the exact same spot as my other one, so if I do end up wanting to get something out of it, I guess I could. But you do not... Oh, you do get up to automatic cam. Okay, what am I even thinking, man? All right, I usually think I got to use the camo potion on this guy, but no, he's got automatic cam protection because of the village. Doesn't matter. Any which way, I believe that this is going to go pretty long term, and I got to admit, unless we screw something up, I think we're going to go 80 plus, and I think we're going to be the top of the top. I think we could take down Gwendolyn's high score here, but I don't want to get ahead of myself yet. We still got a long ways to go, but honestly, once we get to level 8 or so, getting those fire spirits and just throwing 1 or 2 down here and there is really going to be the answer for us. So I don't want to waste my money, but I do have the ability to buy those levels, so no point in really wasting tons of money on road spikes and other things that we can kind of like plan ahead for. Better off just kind of living the life out. Also, I'm not going to be using the Quincy action figure, even though I possibly could. I think it's a little unfair for us, so I'm just going to chill with what we got here. And honestly, I don't think money's going to be an issue anyways. We're going to make so much money that it's not going to be worth it to try to do something crazy with that. To be honest with you guys, this game is going so well that I don't even really know what to do. I can spend a lot of money here on just leveling up, but I think all I really need to do is just get one of these every once in a while. Make sure I keep up with my turrets, and I don't see us losing. I mean, just straight up. I mean, check out this Moab in just a round or two. Hot diggity dome. Let's check it out. All right, 1 Geraldo's fire. oh my God, that's brutal. Brutally amazing. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm just gonna keep running with it, man. Once we get the rabbits, that's gonna be the next big change for us. Cute little puffy rabbit, let's do it. And money's kind of coming in, so here we go. If there was ever any doubt about the goodness of Geraldo, which I gotta admit, there probably isn't much doubt in people's minds, but here we are. We're on round 70, we've got $35,000 saved up, and we're having 0 issues. Like, just non-existent issues, man. It's just domination. Alright, and the thing is I could start to buy all the levels here, but believe it or not, I think I'm actually better off not buying the levels. Because right when I need that big burst of power, I can just level them up and get 4 more of these guys, 2 extra genies, 3 extra of these guys, and then sharpen everything all on top of it twice. So I don't see a point in leveling them up. In fact, leveling them up is actually almost hazardous to our late game stuff here. So I'm just going to let it ride for now, but I think we're going to easily make this to round 80, no problem. So just throw a couple of these down extra every once in a while. And we will be throwing down a few of these guys in the back just to kind of be a little extra, even though it's kind of stupid and honestly really not worth it at this point. Like, just who really cares if we get edge out 1 more round or something like that. I don't see how we could lose to round 81 with Geraldo. I think he has got to be the victor of victors. He's got to be the best hero in the game, and I think it's clear right here, right now. It's just the answer. But we'll wait and see. We've got 6 more rounds to go. So at this point in the game, we've saved up $80,000. Kind of ridiculous. We've got more Jerry's Fires here, which why the heck would we not use them? I've got Sharpening Stones, which I really haven't been using all that much, but we're just going to throw them down here because usually it's ideal to use them on round 90 because then you'll know for sure you'll have them through 90 to 100, which is the rounds you don't want to lose on for sure if you're trying for your best of the best. But, you know, to be honest, we've already shown that we are better than all of the other heroes by a long shot. So I don't know if I really want to push it around 100 here. Does Geraldo really want to show off that much? Can he really solo the game by himself? Yeah. Yeah, he can. Oops, he accidentally made it to level 20. Okay, so I didn't mean to do that, but I'm glad I used a lot of Jerry's Fires there early. And we get a bunch of turrets back up. Guess we'll sharpen them as well, because why the heck not? And we'll get these 3 guys going as well. And then on top of that, we have 2 genies left. So if we run into any major issues, all we do, use a genie, see if we can beat that round. If we lose again, we'll use double genies, but hopefully that doesn't come down to it. I don't remember exactly how many rounds it takes to get a genie back, but it is possible that you build a genie to get through a couple rounds, and then you somehow just magically survive a couple rounds and still get another genie, so you can actually use 3 genies total on your run. Any which way, again, we have $80,000 right now, which is kind of the absurd part about this. Every other hero we've not only lost at this point, but we had to spend all of our money as well. It's just kind of absurd, to be completely honest. And I haven't even been doing a great job with my strength potions or my totems or anything like that. It's just kind of going down without any of those issues. Alright, I'll see you guys back on probably 95 or 96. That's got to be the first round, and we're actually going to run into some possible major issues. Okay, so I did lose to round 95. It's one of those things where it's really not that big of a deal to just kind of watch it go through because we have continues available, so it really just doesn't matter at all. The question is, do we want to waste a genie right now? And honestly, I think we can get by without wasting a genie. I think we can get by with just 1 single glue, maybe 2 glues if we want to go cray-cray here. And if we can get past this, we'll probably beat round 96, and then we can got 2 genies for 97, 98, 99, which is exactly what you want. So here we go. We're going to go for 1 mob glue. I'm going to throw it a little bit further in the back than people probably expect, because all I want to do is hit the DDTs. Alright, I don't want to hit the Moabs. And the question is, again, can we survive without getting a genie? Even if I have to waste all of my Maelstroms, I think it's worth. Unfortunately, no. Not at all. This is just going to walk right through. So we're going to use 1 genie, see if that changes the game. So we're going to go boom, 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 boom. I'll try to do no glue action this time around. And again, just see if 1 genie's enough. I'd really, really, really like to have 1 more genie for 99 no matter what. That's the main one. Looks really good, gotta admit. I mean, look at the 1 genie difference here. Ooh, freaking beautiful, dude. Freaking beautiful. All right, 95 goes down easy with an extra genie help for 96. Shouldn't be a problem. 97 is also just reinforced on my gods, which all of our fire over here should make things go down pretty easily. I just, again, don't see any problems. I think we're gonna go through around 100. It almost feels weird because I was like, what if we pushed around 101? What if we pushed around 102? How ridiculous can we be? But no. This is maxed out. This is a challenge editor thing, so we can't do that even if we wanted to. All right, we get another Jerry's Fire. We get another turret. I'm actually kind of running out of turret space at this point, and of course we'll sharpen it. 97, pretty simple. Geraldo with how many pops do we got? 1.5 million pops. It's weird because I believe that he's not going to Ooh! We had a Maelstrom go off. Okay. This is actually kind of interesting. There is a chance. There is a chance that this is not enough for 98. Just because Geraldo might get overwhelmed here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down a Maelstrom on top of everything. Whatever I can here. We got BFBs, oh my gods. We got Ceramic kind of like running in here. And the question is, can we do it without a Genie? Again, I'd sacrifice Maelstroms for Genie saving. Absolutely. So I can get it for 99 and 100 here. All right, more Maelstroms going off. Lots of Maelstroms going off. Down to the nitty-gritty here. Now there's just oh my gods left, but that's pretty bad. I didn't really... I don't know. I think we lost. Last Maelstrom goes off, and yeah, there you go. Round 98 does go down. Well, no, 98 does not go down. It kills us. So I'm going to be honest here. I don't think it's going to happen without a Genie. There's no real crazy micro I could do on this one, so I'm just going to use the Genie. I could have used more Moab Blues, but what is that going to do? I don't know. Might have gotten me through it. Not worth it to do the crazy micro that's required. I'm already like 2.5 hours deep on this video, so I got to kind of like get flow in here, right? All right, with the Genie help though, 98 makes it pretty simple. And then this is the round though that really mattered, round 99. And for this one, I think a little bit of Moab Blue is going to help us out. Ooh, wait. Woohoo, Stromage. I get another Jerry's Fire, which is nice. And another Moab Blue randomly in the back here. Genie trying to clean up at the very back here. We do handle it. Round 100. No Genie. Oh, wait. We got the freaking Genie back. Oh, it's back again. And we do. We survive round 100 with Geraldo. The next highest was 81 with Gwendolyn. And then 76 for Captain Churchill. So, kind of unbelievable, guys. Kind of unbelievable. The Monkey Star, Geraldo, soloing without getting 2 million pops. Kind of ridiculous. Is what it is, though. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Conclusion time! First of all, if you guys enjoyed this over-hour-long video, I'm still struggling with a lot of my issues, and I do appreciate any support you guys want to throw my way. My creative support code's SJB. It does go a long way, whether or not you guys think it does or not. It really does, I promise you. Beyond that, though, let's talk about these heroes. Now, again, this is not a definitive answer to this hero is better than this hero, but as a solo tower, this gives us a pretty good understanding of how good that tower actually is, and if we run into any major weaknesses early on in the game, whether it's group balloons or space balloons or whatever. And there's a couple standouts to me. First of all, Gwendolyn, 82, kind of ridiculous. Churchill, only 76, also kind of surprised me a little bit. Thing is, if we didn't lose 76, we're probably going pretty much all the way to around 80 or 85 or even 90, so don't want to put too much thought into that. Adora also surprised me at only round 40. Thought she'd go a little further than that. And then Etienne also surprised me with a lowly 32. No crazy standouts. Geraldo reaching level 100, though, is clearly the answer to all of your problems. Geraldo is the best hero in Bloons Tower Defense 6 by a long shot. By himself, combining him with other towers, he just is the best. They probably need to nerf Geraldo's Fire, they probably need to nerf the Genie, and they could probably go through and nerf the Rabbit a little bit, too, if they really want to. But other than that, Geraldo's just a powerhouse, bro. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to press that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.